I feel like we as people discredit the total impact on the replayability of a game. When something convinces you to not only play it once, but twice, though you might acknowledge the flaws, it still had enough gravitational pull to persuade you to re-experience it. Now the game that does it for me is obviously Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, it's the fucking title of the video. Every time I boot up this game, I got sucked right back into it and spent hours exploring Southwest America. While exploring the world, I had this idea. What makes me so interested in this game? I have already spent over 100 hours playing this game, so today I'm going to gather my thoughts and explain why I believe this happens, and maybe even convince you guys to give it another chance. Now, the world is so immersive. I believe the key factor in creating said immersion is the sound. The sound of Arthur's horse moving through the dirt while drifting through a forest and hearing the sound of the wildlife. Or when the horse is starting to move on pavement and you hear the increase in sound of the hoofs. The subtle decline of someone's voice decreasing when you exit a building. The light strings of guitar being played while you are traveling the world. Or even the build-up for when a big shootout is about to happen.
Drink up, drink!
Lemoyne Raiders.
Good evening, gentlemen. Quiet libation?
You!
Me?
You're the bastards who stole the liquor we was gonna buy.
Jump! We're in advertising. Come on in and have a drink.
That's our goddamn liquor!
An honest mistake.
Boys, get him!
It's the Lemoyne Raiders!
The way the game also smartly utilizes the light, which allows you to feel like you are actually in the world. Like whether it's the brightest light known to man, the sun, or the glow of the moon at night. And the settings of each of the shootouts in the game are all unique and allows you to never see the same thing over and over again. When all these small details come together, it results in me not making videos and just spending my whole day playing this game. Every time I set out to explore, something unpredictable would happen, whether it be getting ambushed by the Lemoyne Raiders or helping a bystander in trouble. I feel like not having an idea what's going to happen will drive you to explore more. What if I told you had a week to live? How would you spend it? The last things you would do will allow you to get a full understanding of what life is before you go. You want to feel and see things that you would consider the living should experience just once. That's what playing the story of Red Dead Redemption 2 is like. You understand that Arthur doesn't have all the time in the world. Knowing the clock is ticking will result in you taking in the atmosphere more. You will try to understand other people's motives and listen closely to what they say. You will begin to understand these characters aren't just simple-minded buffoons. No, they're deep and complex people with desires and dreams.
Hello?
It seems awful. And then it seems the same as always. And then it seems like there's just no other way. And I just...
Listen, we got out of worse situations than this. Done plenty of bad things that we've all forgotten about. Don't take Dutch's patter about redemption too seriously. We're doomed. Just like every other creature on this rock. But unlike them, we'll go down fighting.
A thing I notice is why is the money for the group next to Dutch's tent? And why whenever you put in some of your money, he automatically knows. If money isn't the most important thing to him, then why does the money always have to be by his side? Another thing I notice is that though when the group is divided, they are still blinded by their loyalty to keep each other together.
Excuse me, friends. I have an appointment to keep with...
I think your new friend should leave now, Dutch.
You're making a big mistake. All of you.
There are times when the group is at an all-time low, and they try to process why this has happened and how to overcome it. Rewatching what happens and knowing the ending allows you to understand the characters more and try to build a better connection with the story.
Got me thinking how that all ended. Long time ago now.
What happened?
Well, she didn't love me enough, I guess.
Glory has come in service. Maybe. Maybe not, I don't know.
I've killed a lot of people. For a whole lot of dumb reasons. I ain't never seen much glory in it.
And just sitting at camp alone, you see how these characters interact. I feel like what makes replaying the story so good is that it's straight up iconic. Now, when I say iconic, what do I mean? Well, it is something that is so memorable that allows you to remember it whenever I bring up the game Red Dead Redemption 2.
Easy, Dutch. What was that?
Horrible old crone.
But you killed her.
She was gonna betray us, Arthur. Couldn't you tell?
No.
Well, I got some Spanish. She was.
You keep killing folk, Dutch.
I'm just trying to make sure that some of us survive, Arthur.
What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, partner.
I meant I hadn't sent for you yet.
I will.
But I said that.
Yeah, I know what you said. I felt different.
Is that so?
Yes.
And when Spring and John brings the law down on all of us, what then, Arthur?
Well, I guess we'll have another fight on our hands.
Loyalty, Arthur, it ain't. I had a goddamn plan!
Iconic moments and characters allow the story to have more of an impact. My favorites are probably the train heist, the introduction, the Save the Jack mission, and obviously the finale. These scenes bring out the highs and lows of our characters, which is why the introduction is so important. It shows the all-time low of this group. You see these people desperately trying to survive on a frozen mountain. You expect the group to only go up as the story continues, but then constantly find themselves back in the hole they just dug themselves out of. You notice this story isn't about a hero winning. No, it's just about desperate people trying to survive an unforgiving world.
Arthur, go to your family. Arthur, get the hell out of here and be a goddamn man. You're my brother. I know.
Doing what is necessary to stay alive, whatever the cost may be. They will constantly be blinded by their loyalty until they are snapped into reality and learn the truth about Dutch.
But he's always managed to figure things out in the past.
I know. Hey, you're right. Just... It's been... Guess I just miss Hosea and his wisdom, you know?
Of course.
Killing in cold blood, revenge. We all do bad things, but he seems to enjoy it now. It's like he just wants to create more enemies, more chaos.
Yeah, I know.
I am telling you guys, there are so many things to discover, whether it be discovering someone's intention, a new encounter, and even a new customization option. There are so much things you could discover by re-exploring this game. I already know I'm gonna replay this game again, because it reached somewhere in my heart that no other game has ever touched. But finally, the question has to be asked. Are you willing to give Red Dead Redemption 2 another try?